Check 1 2. There we go. All right. Thanks, Karen. looks like looks like my mic wasn't switched over from my last conference. So yes, okay. So we talked about our Thursday live, and then going into PEMF highlights. I wanted to thank everybody, our vendors, our attendees, and our speakers for making it a great event. And then, of course, if you were an attendee, we want to welcome you that joined, became a new member. And also, if you got to go to the convention, then you know that we have the rebroadcast where you can watch all of the speakers. You can, go back in there and revisit that. You have 60 days. And so we had some proprietary things with the speakers. So that's why we were able to bring it in there for 60 days and for only those that purchased the event. So we've got lots of good things to rehash. So yeah, definitely go back in there and check out what's going on with the speakers. If I were to create a crystal ball and say, okay, what's going to happen? Where are we going for AOPP for next year, the big 2025, as far as what's going on? And those of you that had a chance to jump in and listen to Lauren with what she is talking about, are probably our biggest needle to move is being accepted as PEMF users on the animal side. And the vets that we've talked to are like, we don't have time to do this. Don't put it on our shoulders. And as a national organization, we are giving you the best teaching tools so that you have all of the knowledge you need to go out and do this. And so once we are able to take our coursework, our certification, our training, and present that in front of the vets, and the vets are able to take that to the boards and say, these people are getting the best of the best. They're trained very well in what needs to be done. I'm perfectly happy with allowing anybody that's gone through the national organization, international organizations, certification courses. They have everything that they need, and I'm fine with that. That's literally what we're heading towards. So a lot of these boards don't really know what PEMF is. They think that it might be, like a medical electrical system that needs to have medical training in order to use. But again, it's just not knowing. And so our big push for the rest of this year and next year is just getting the word out, what it is that we do, and things that you can do that will help us out is talk to the vets that you work with. If any of you know anybody that's on a board, let them know who we are and what we do, and even give them a demo as far as what, PEMF is all about, because it parallels so much the other products that are out there now that have been approved, like infrared, for example. When it first hit the market, nobody knew what it was, what it did, what's the research, what's the double-blind study. We will not allow this to, be used. You can't use it, and then it's come a long ways. And that to me is, if you were to look at the history of infrared, that's the history of PEMF. It's going to go the same way. And then it'll be pretty much anybody can use it. Very much, even like a TENS unit. People can go online, Amazon, buy a TENS unit and use it themselves. Back in the day, it was a rentable device and only under a doctor's supervision. And so you'll see that that's going to change. And I believe PEMF is going that direction too, in a good way. But again, the more you can reach out and even have us talk with them, have our organization have a chat with them. If you can open doors for us, we can definitely take it from there too. That's probably the big one, other than, what is PEMF and how does it work, and how people are using PEMF in in their businesses were some of the other big takeaways. What we would like to do coming up in next year is, some future courses, continuing education, have it be where we talk about conditions. How would you do sessions on people with arthritis? We have well, it was just asked a few days ago. There's a client that they want to do a session on PEMF, and they have been diagnosed with a aneurysm of the aorta behind the stomach. It's like, can we do PEMF on an area like that? And those are great questions to ask and to bring them to us so that we can take a look too. Because not only from a medical side is that treatable, but where is it? The questions we ask: how long have they had this problem? Are they on medication? Do they have these other places? Are they on blood thinners? All of these questions that need to be asked. But then, is there any research out there, any clinical research on PEMF and aneurysms, so that we can come to the table saying, yes, it's okay. Here's the research that proves that the kind of aneurysm they have is X, which is fine with PEMF. So yes, you're okay to use it. Those are the questions that we want to bring in and be able to answer and give back, versus because of this person, their age, the number of aneurysms they have, the medication they're on, and because of this research, you're okay to use it 3 inches below and 3 inches above on the rest of their body, but nothing to penetrate through, or based on the PEMF product that you have. If it's very low force. So it's like the water drop that we talked about, the bucket of water with the sponge, or the drop of water on the sponge. If you're using a low grade PEMF, then you're okay because of the studies that are being shown. So come to us with your questions. Again, we want to make sure that what we are presenting is science-based, clinical-based, research-based, so that as we move forward, we will do no harm, right? That's, to me, the Hippocratic Oath on PEMF. Some other things that we want to talk about from the national organization: if we can create signs and posters to be able to give you the information you need for pre and post sessions, to make that available. So we want to give you some really good marketing materials, so you can take these PDFs and have posters made that you can put your logo on and use to promote your business. Those are things that we have in some source, but yeah, we want to go through and kind of rebrand and make things very usable for you. If you can imagine jumping in as a member, going to our marketing side and having all different kinds of banners and the stand-up banners where you can just drop your logo in and get it printed out, and it's got all of the things that you can say about PEMF that are approved, and that it shows you're a member of AOPP, but it's got, you can put your picture, your name, your logo, those kinds of things on it. So those are some of the things that I'd like to see us carry over and start out in 2025. And again, we talked about paperwork. We have some of that too, our SOAP notes, things like that. But to have you be armed with all the necessary tools, so that if you were to go into a vet clinic or a naturopath or a chiropractor, you show up with, all of the professional things that you need, so that when you hand them a session report on a client or patient or animal of theirs, that they look at this and go, wow, that's really thorough. You've done a good job. I can see, whoever it was that taught you well, and I would love to have you here. So that's one of our brainstorming sessions and visions that we have for you. And again, for future products, to have webinars that talk about, search engine optimization for your website that you already have, or providing you a website, which we already do. Those of you that are looking to have a website made as a member of AOPP, we have a website that we can make for you and begin to promote it and get you so that you show up. Also webinars on pay-per-click. What's that all about? How does that work? A lot of people don't realize it can take 30, 60, 90 days for a pay-per-click program to begin to kick in and really start delivering. And because of how we'll call the algorithms and how it warms up. But, to have a webinar based on that and like a live webinar where you can ask questions. Again, Google Business Profile, being able to show up in the 3 map, getting your Google Business Profile put together. Some of you don't have that. It's a place where you can show off your 5-star reviews, and also how do you get 5-star reviews, where you send people, all of that stuff, and do reputation management. So those are some future things to be looking for in 2025. They are, members only. So that's another reason why you would want to join. If you think about all of the things that you get as a member for the amount that we're charging for this, it's peanuts, really. In healthcare professions, we belong to state associations. We're paying 3-4 times that amount to be a member. So and that's why we have it priced where it is that we can get you in with us and begin to share all the great things about PEMF. The other thing that I'd like to do also to be on the lookout for is to do more interviews, more live interviews with what I call PEMF Mavericks. So it's either people out there in the field already doing things, or people that are building product or manufacturing, those kinds of things. A lot of them are, and I would consider all of our speakers to be PEMF Mavericks. So to be able to bring them back in and do a talk would be great too. So that is pretty much what I have for today. That's our live. I know the first 3 or 4 minutes went silent, so I apologize for little technical error getting the right microphone picked for this. So, and thanks Karen and Hazel for sending me a quick toggle saying I can't hear you. So that's great too. So with that, we will begin to sign off. But the question is, what can you do? Well, again, let's grow our membership. Let's get more people involved. Growing the membership means reaching out to those that are either thinking about doing PEMF or have that and not really sure what to do, or they want to grow their business and they want to have proof of education, certifications that allow them to go out and market themselves in their business. So you can like and share. We've got our blog, of course, on our website, but also our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Jump in on all of those. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. That'll help push our information out there even more to other people. We have our members only group. So on Facebook, those of you that are on Facebook, jump on over, ask to subscribe. We will be going in there and approving you as you meet the criteria. So I'll be jumping on there after this broadcast and saying hello to everybody there. And again, those of you that are brand new to us, this is our code of ethics, and you can see that displayed on our website. But I always like to show it in a live. So if you're just catching this for the first time, you can see who we are and what we are all about. And again, if you are interested in becoming a member, you can go to pemfprofessionals.com. If you have any questions or any tips, like Jerry, turn your microphone on. Email us, send us an instant message on any of our platforms. Like I said, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and we'd be more than happy to answer your questions that way. And with that, again, I want to wish you a great week. Thank you so much for making our PEMFCon, our 2-day event, be as spectacular as it was. Yes, we are doing PEMF 2025. We do not have a date yet, but know that we will be doing one, and we'll be talking about that as we continue. So with that, I will end our broadcast today, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Oh, have a happy Halloween too, and don't eat too many pumpkins if you're a horse.